Welcome back, sir, to the second half of the Blackout. And I'm your host, C Black. This is Freaky Friday. Anything goes. We were just discussing about sex and things that go on. Not to be shy about it, how that will improve the sex life. Things just don't talk about. But here, you're free to talk about them at any time. And I was looking, I got the text prior to that um, show going, and the young lady had text back that. Um, and listen, before I get into this, Freaky Fridays for Freaky Friday. I don't want any kids on here, but 18 year old, well, you old enough, but definitely don't want any kids on Freaky Friday. Remember, Freaky Friday is rated X Day. Anything goes. All right, so let me make sure. Yes, the young lady texts back. Um, One of the freakiest things that she's ever had done to her. And, the guy did it and she didn't know how to react to it. And when it happened to her, she was like, wow. Um, while they were doing it, and they finished doing it, um, he came out and came on her stomach. And she was like, wow, it was quite a bit of it. She felt proud about it because she's like, oh, well, man, maybe he ain't been with nobody or I really turned him on. But after he did that, have you ever seen a cat? The kittens, they're little and the mama's not around and everybody says, well, pour milk in a little bowl for him. Well, that's what he started doing. He started lapping up his own cum off her stomach. And she didn't know how to react. She said, I just stared. And I'm reading the text and I'm like, wow, that's a lot. I guess you didn't know what to do. She said she just stared at it. So I'm thinking right now, doing I had a chance to think about that. Um, Maybe he was gay. How about that? I don't know. I never heard of that before. Well, sex is, you can ask R. Kelly. Sex is a different thing, right? It's private. It's none of your business that uh, I hang upside down. I do it better when I'm upside down. For him to lick that off, that's different. That is different. So, yeah, I get her point. That definitely qualifies. Um, I had three others on there. And there was one more. Um, the young lady said that um, it's unbelievable, some things, but I guess as all things are possible, there's no limit on what a human can do, right? So he was about to have sex, and I guess to get things started, remember we talked about the jumper cables. I never heard this before either. Um, he basically said, "Well, don't worry about it. I'll jump myself off." He started sucking his own dick, and she said she was. I'm, I guess just like the other woman. She said I didn't know what to do. I just stared at it, and I'm like, "Wow, am I reading this right?" He started sucking his own dick, and she said she was so out of it that she could not have sex. She was out of it mentally. and he can understand why. Mm. Mm. Something to make you think about, right? Mm. Okay, it's all part of sex. So okay, is R. Kelly? When we hear them stories, that make you think, man, well, R. Kelly is crazy. Well, yeah, but mm. Okay. Now that first half show was what men like from a woman. Well, women, you talk a lot to the other women, but do you ever tell whoever you with how you like it? You know, do you tell me, hey, I want you to pull my hair. I want you to pull it like never before. Take control of this bedroom. Pull me by my hair. Tell me what you want. Get on your knees. Suck this. But do you slap me around a little bit? I mean, do you tell him that? Or do you convey that? Or you don't want that? And if you do want that, how does he know unless you tell him? And this is a frank conversation. Well, hey, this is what I like. Now, you know, now if you want to keep me engaged on this and for our sex to grow, I'm gonna need you to do that. Now, if you not willing, I get it. Then it's gonna be stagnated. But if you can come along with me on my little sex trip, what helps me, and, slap in the face, pull you by the hair, talk to me all trashy. Does that what's that do for me? It does her, I guess, wonders. Now, can you do that? And women, do you let the man know that's what you want? What you take control in here? I ain't looking for Mr. Nice Guy. How many women want the nasty guy? He's nasty. Just freaky son of a, right? I mean, he's the one like split them cheeks and get that peanut butter. You you like when he do that? I mean, does that turn you on? Does it turn you on when he licks your feet? And, they all polished up. He's looking at them like, man, I'm going to lick these popsicles. Uh, well, do you let him know all this? And do you let her know, hey, I want to do this? I mean, you have to come together in that bedroom. So, as a man, as a woman, is that what you're looking for? Or you just looking for the guy to go, hey, listen, I don't want all that. I don't want all that nasty. I don't want to hear all that talking. Showing pulling my hair. I just got it done. Slapping me. No. I ain't been slapped since I was a baby when I came out. So I'm on my butt. I don't want none of that. Just give me straight sex. So would you marry a guy who gave you straight sex, or would you want to marry the animal? Um, yeah, I don't know. I, I I really wanted to ask the men. If you can, text me real quick. 313-488-7788. What's the freakiest thing a woman's done to you? Or you done to a woman that she wanted you to do? Real quick, if you can, before we get out of here, it's Freaky Friday. We're trying to we're taking no prisoners. Now, these things I've discussed, what about, does it turn you on when you have friends at sex at your friend's house? They don't know, or do know? I mean, does that get you going like, oh man, I want to do it at your buddy's house. I want to do it at your auntie's house, at your mom's in her house, in her bedroom, in her bathroom while everybody's here. Does that turn you on sneaking and doing it? I remember someone saying they love to have sex where the person, this crowd, it was I think Shane Park, Rita Franklin Park now, right? And the concert was over, and people were leaving, and they was back off in the dark on a picnic table, and people could see them, but they couldn't see them. It was like, I don't know who it is, but they were there getting it on. I know that. And for them, it was a turn on. The fact that they were doing it, and people knew they were doing it, but they didn't know who was doing it. That was a turn on. Got really motivated by it. They was like, oh, this is unbelievable sex. Story was that they said they were in a hotel room, opened up the curtains, blinds, so people walking by could see them in the room, down on their knees, jumping off the battery. Um, People walking by, I guess, looking in, and they said that was a turn on for them. Again, nobody knew who they was, but they liked it. Now, does that fit the bill of someone that you like to be in touch with? Or would that be your husband? Would that be your boyfriend? Or you like, no, I'm not doing that. Or you the type of girl who like, yeah, I do like that kind of stuff. I want to be um, freaky. I do like that. They don't know who I am. I'm doing it. Or you don't care. They know who you are. Like, I don't care. So what? I ain't doing them like that. I'm doing it. It's Freaky Friday. It's it sounds like a lot, and I'm sure it is. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure I got this in. Um, hmm. A guy, a male, just texted in that um, he was having sex with the girl, and um, he was doing it with her, and that while he was doing it with her, he urinated in her. It was a mutual agreement. While they was having sex, he urinated in her and kept right on going. Then eventually came in her. And according to him, it was a turn on. They had discussed it, didn't know how it was going to work out, but I guess it all worked out. Again, that's sex. You know, when you hear about the R. Kelly story, you hear these stories. I don't know. I don't know. But sex is sex. Anyway, these are some things we discussed on Freaky Friday. I hope some of the things that we discussed, either you're doing, thought about, going to do, or not going to do. But either way, I hope we touched on something that you're just not going to get anywhere else. This is Freaky Friday. Remember, text lines always open. You can always send me an email. 313 the Blackout Podcast at gmail.com or 313-488-7788. Take a text or phone call.